as bureaucrats or as employees of any organization, the rule is we should feel positive about our job. We should feel grateful that we have a job, and we should believe in our job and in our ability to deliver, to serve. We usually do not choose an option that gives a poor reflection, that says something bad about bureaucracy, bad about government, bad about administration. Generally, we don't choose such an option. In 2020, there was a passage which I've discussed. That passage is already on the channel in form of a video. Our cities cannot provide, urban local bodies cannot possibly ensure sustainable delivery of water in our cities unless financing mechanisms are put in place. And in that passage, earlier, 2020's passage that we discussed earlier, we eliminated one option based on the discussion I just had in the beginning of the video. Urban local bodies are not efficient enough. We are also part of this administration. So we often don't choose such an option really comfortably unless the passage has that element. 2015 passage talked about how our municipal corporation are understaffed. Further, it talked about with high intensity how a greater problem is lack of competencies. And throughout the passage, you saw this theme repeating. High degree of specialization and professionalism required. People who are hired are not adequately, technically and managerially competent. They lack this kind of skill. Managerial or technical competencies, relevant work experience. So the passage itself was critically talking about what's not there. In that case, we make an exception to that rule. Now look at the options here. If you did this passage from 2015, which among is the most logical and rational assumption? If the author is writing this passage, what does the author assume to convey? Task of providing urban servicing is a complex issue, supporting point to the main argument of what kind of staff is required, how much staff is required. And the main focus of this passage has been what kind of competencies and skills required. Option 2 was your answer for this passage. This passage is from 2015. If you find time, if you feel like, pause this video and look at this passage. So to wrap this discussion up real quickly, I would request you to find an opportunity to attend one of our classes, one of our sessions. Attending session is more useful because it's a live debate, a live discussion. If you don't find time for that, then maybe you find something useful from the videos you watch. And what we discussed today is we do not easily choose an option that doesn't give the right impression. If there is some passage that doesn't give a right impression of bureaucracy, government, or a positive impression, we don't feel comfortable. We don't usually choose that as our answer unless the passage has it. All right, I hope you find this video useful. Good luck.